Hey friends, happy Tuesday evening. It is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on the Junk and Craft Treasures page and the Decoupage Central page. So if you are watching this and see the red light up in the corner, then you are most likely on the replay. So hashtag replay and let us know that you are here tonight, guys. We are going to work on one, maybe two fun projects. So as you're coming in, let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're watching from and let us know how your week is going, my friends. I did not get to send a text message out today, so I do apologize about that. I normally remember and I completely forgot tonight. So I apologize, guys, but as you're coming in, say hello, let me know you're here. I'm excited to create with y'all on this Tuesday evening. So let me get the Decoupage Central page pulled up on my computer and we will get started. So let me know if you're here, guys. As always, we will be gifting a gift card at the end of the live. So I hope everybody had a great day coming off of the holiday weekend. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you, my friend? All right, we are pulled up, we are good. So either page, Decoupage Central or Junk and Craft Treasures, let us know you're here. Let us know what you think of the projects. And as always, guys, on Tuesday nights is Decoupage Paint Inlays, molds, all the things, rice papers, everything. So if you have any questions, please let us know and we'll try to answer them. Hey, Barb. Hey, Chris. Hello, Kay. How are y'all tonight? Good to see y'all. I'm going to scooch back here just a little bit. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you, my friend. All right, so real quick, I'm going to go over some of the new IOD products that are out in case you missed me on Thursday night last week, and then we're going to work with some of those. Hey, Judy. Hello, Marta and Karen and Marilyn. Good to see y'all tonight. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to look at, and we may use this one tonight, is called the Sarah Featon's Botanicals, and it has 8 by 12 sheets. We've got some really pretty flower designs. Hello, Karen and Monica. Welcome, Karen and Cathany. We are gonna probably use this on a fun piece, but it's just got lots of fun. Hey, Donna. Fun, pretty flowers. Look at those, guys. I think those are gorgeous. So this comes in an 8 by 12, 8 sheets on this, and these are all of the designs right here. So they're going to be really fun to mix and match. I'm thinking about doing a mixed media piece with this tonight with some stamps and some of the flowers. And then we have the Home Sweet Home transfer set. Guys, I forgot my glasses too. Oh my goodness, how am I going to see tonight? Woo. We may have a blooper tonight for sure. I know things are backwards. Facebook hasn't given us the capability to flip our cameras yet. Hey, Luann. So we have all kinds of fun things on here. We have sugar, bread, bon appetit. We've got some cute little rooster on here. Which one is that one on? I'll get there, guys. I love this page. This is like my favorite page out of here because we've got our eggs and like our old-timey wash dry forks, spoons. Hey, Terry, how are you? Yeah, I love this one. So many different things that we can do with it. I will save those for a reel though, guys, because it is backwards on the lives, and I know sometimes that can be frustrating. So I'll show some projects on a reels on how-tos on those. Then we have this awesome stamp. Look at this. Any type of musical background that you would want to do, we have this cool stamp. Hey, Denise. Hey, Luann. So I love this stamp. It is called, y'all, I'm telling you, I don't have my glasses tonight, the Waltz Decor stamp. So perfect. We may incorporate this tonight with some of our stencils if we don't use the velveteen stamp, because y'all know I love the velveteen. No, it is my fan because it is hotter than hot here tonight, Terry. It is, let's see, this morning it was like 67 degrees and it got all the way up to 91 today, and it is just hot out. So that is my fan you hear. We're going to work on a butterfly tonight, guys. I had that out so I didn't forget. Then, if y'all watched me last week, we have these fantastic transfers right here, which are the Saint Germain transfers. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I actually, y'all remember I had this left over on my live, so I taped it so I could reuse that one part that I didn't use. Beautiful Beautiful florals on here. We may use this one tonight as well. So many, you know what, looking at this, guys, we may use this one again tonight. So many beautiful, beautiful flower images, and this one, y'all, can go a long way. We did 3 projects with it last Thursday. I mean, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm just kind of helping you how many projects may be in here. We got 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Gosh, 19, 20. I'm going to say over probably 40 individuals, if not more than that, y'all. So lots of potentials with these for sure. I wanted to look at something on that. Yeah, those are light. I was like, I hope I didn't accidentally, but those are just the light colors. Really, really pretty, guys. So many options with this one. If you like flowers, y'all, this one is amazing. And they are 12 by 16 sheets. You tried to paint inlay today and you need practice. Yes, we had bad weather this weekend, Terry, but it looks like it was supposed to maybe rain again today, but it didn't. So we're going to work on paint inlays tonight, Chris. So hopefully, oh, awesome, Christy, awesome. So we're going to work on some paint inlays. This is the new paint inlay. Let's see, we've got 8 designs, which it tells me that on the front, y'all, but it's confirmed. There's 8. 8 12 by 16s. Let me turn that off for just a second so these don't blow all around. So we have one full sheet like this in this pack. Look at those, y'all. So pretty. You want to keep them face down with your sheet in between. Hey Eva, hey Deb, and then we've got this beautiful one right here. We've got some long, and then we've got the littler clusters right here. We may use some of those tonight. I don't know which ones I'm going to use tonight, guys. Y'all are going to have to help me decide. Then we have this super fun continuing pattern. I don't know about y'all, but I like to see things up. This is the one we just showed. So we've got 2 of those, and then we have 2 of the full sheets like this. And then we're gonna come to this one right here, which I absolutely think that is adorable. I love the yellow and I love the flowers. So pretty. And then we've got this one and this real pretty in the purple. I think the purple, hey Tracy, is gorgeous too. It kind of looks a gray on the screen, but it's really like a light lavender purple. You might be able to see it better from back here on the purple than up close. So pretty. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with those, guys. Lots of projects to do with that for sure. So let's get started on our paint inlays. How's that sound? We'll get started on that. I'm gonna plug my fan back in and then we'll move to our other projects. So like I said, we're gonna try to do 2 projects tonight. Hey Joyce Ann, make sure to comment, ask the questions, guys, do all the things, and we'll see who can get a gift card at the end of the live. Also got some fun things I'll be announcing throughout the live tonight, so you're gonna wanna stick through and hear them. Hey Elizabeth. All right, now I've gotta decide. I am going to do a paint inlay on my butterfly. I just need to decide which one I want to do. So I've got 2 options here. We can do random of these. That would actually be really pretty up the center. We could do random flowers, which might take a little bit longer, or we can just do a flower pattern and cut out that center. So what do y'all think? Just the flower pattern? Yes, there are some blue ones. They are not recently released, but they are in the release before. I think they're called, is it Delft Noor? I think is what they're called. But they do, she does have some. If you do exclamation DC or exclamation IOD, it will take you over to the Decoupage Central page where all of those are at. And then in the search, just do Paint Inlays and it'll pull up. I know, it really does, guys. It really does. Okay, so, hey, Erin, how are you? Right before the live, these are paint inlays. So, I heard Joey over at Created in Awe, and she had a fantastic definition. They are paint on, this may not be exactly how she said it, so don't quote me, guys. But it is paint on a carrier sheet. So we are activating that paint on the carrier sheet to transfer to our painted surface. Does that make sense? They are, Denise, they are. So that's what we're doing, is we're reactivating the paint that's on this carrier sheet of paper to our paint that we have on our surface. What I was gonna say, guys, is right before the live, I did not get to go where I wanted to go this weekend to get my Dixie Belle paint to try the difference between Fusion Mineral and the Dixie Belle, but I did order some online. Y'all got here super, super fast. So we are gonna try with the Dixie Belle, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of what I feel the transfer, how the paint inlays work versus Fusion Mineral paint. So we've got that. So we are gonna experiment tonight, guys, because I don't use Dixie Belle chalk paint very often. I mean, I don't. I use the Boss, Bonding Boss, but I don't use the chalk paint. But we are gonna give it a try tonight and see what the difference is, y'all. So this is called a fluff. So it's kind of an off-white color, I think. Good, Donna. We're gonna try it. I've got some patina coming too, liquid patina, but I did get my Dixie Belle like literally 5 minutes before I sat down. I got a notification that UPS was at the door, and so I was like, oh, I gotta go see what it is, and that's what it was. So before I paint, y'all, let me put that on there real quick. Before I paint, I am going to, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this just like the transfers that we use and we get. If you get a product, don't be scared to use it. You want to use it, you want to make beautiful things with it. You might mess up, you might not mess up on your design of cutting things and stuff, but guys, use them and make all the pretty things. I'm trying to decide. I think we'll do that right here. And then that way I can still have that pretty flower right there. So let me give these a cut here. I have tried them with acrylic paint. I'm not a fan with the acrylic paint. They are recommended for chalk paint. So, like I said, I don't use chalk paint with my mineral paint, but we're gonna try it tonight, and I'm gonna tell you if I see any difference, because I've been using paint inlays for over, what, probably 2 years now, a year and a half, something like that. So, we'll see what the difference is, y'all. And these are reusable up to, I normally get 3 times out of them. Some people get 4, but make sure I can use that there in the middle. Okay. Hey Liz, how are you, my friend? Hello, Donna Owens. All right, so I know this looks kind of weird right now, but we are going to, if I cut it right, if not, we'll use it for something else, which I did. So we're always gonna lay our paint inlays with the bright painted side into our paint, okay? So I was just making sure this is gonna work. I am going to probably use that other inlay on this part because I think it would be really cute. So let me cut that one too. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, I am waiting for some more wood to come in so I can cut some more. I ran out of wood. That's always a good problem to have. Where's the one I was looking at? It's probably right down here. Yep. Okay, so I love this little piece of floral right here. And I'm thinking that would look super cute. Don't y'all think that would be cute on the body? Oh, you are good, Jeanette. Then I'm glad to see you here. Go have dinner, my friend. Go enjoy dinner. I had a salad for dinner tonight. Real exciting. But it was good. It had grilled chicken on it. All right, guys. I'm trying to keep things somewhat organized. I'm going to move my fan just a little bit that way. Oh, thank you. It was a day. It was a Monday on a Tuesday. Is that right? Monday on a Tuesday? I think what day it was. Y'all, this is what happens when I take a break for let's see, I did a live on Sunday, but I didn't do anything Sunday afternoon. I didn't do anything Saturday, and yesterday, not a whole lot. So, yeah, that's what happens. My brain kind of goes into, oh, before we start this, guys, do you want to see the birdhouse that I finished on Sunday that I used IOD molds on? Who wants to see the birdhouse? I did finish it. I know there's a delay, so I'm going to assume that y'all want to see the birdhouse. So, remember this was made out of scrap wood? Look, y'all, I finished it. So, I went ahead and kept one butterfly. I kept that. We have the trimmings mold right here that I added a little bit of lime green and gold to. And then I went ahead and did the base in lime green, and then I did my black so my color could pop through. And then I did my sides. Of course, we've got our top, and I've got the back because it's going to be seen from all different directions. And then the bottom, y'all, because it's going to be hanging up, so we're going to see that. So how cute. Those are the sides, guys. I went ahead because my stencil wouldn't go all the way up, so I just did part of it. What do y'all think? Cute, funky, fun. We used the new mold right here. We've got the butterfly, and then of course the trimmings mold. I love it. But anyway, y'all, funky, fun. Got all aspects from every direction. I thought it was super cute and fun. That was a fun project. I wish I could have finished it the other day with y'all, but super fun. So Terry's gonna get that sealed, and we will get it outside. All right, guys. Again, I'm gonna use a Dixie Belle chalk mineral paint and fluff. Thank you, guys. All right, so yeah, it is cute. Hey, Madetta, how are you? All right, so we're gonna do our first coat. With paint inlays, you want to have your base coat. So we are going to do our initial coat. Remember, guys, I do not paint with Dixie Belle chalk paint, so it is going on a little bit differently than I'm used to, but that is okay. We learn by using different things. It's more, I want to say it's like a marshmallow fluff is what it kind of reminds me of, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Dipping my paint in there, but because my fusion paint is thick, but not this thick. So I just hope, hang on y'all, I may be using too much. Let me get my lines out here. Hey Karen, thank you. I am live, Patricia, so welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay guys, one of the fun things. Guess what next month is? And of course next month is this weekend, but guess what next month is? June 1st. Guess what's happening on June 1st, y'all? Any guesses? I know I like to tease y'all sometimes, but then y'all can comment and interact with me too. Thank you, June. I know, Mary Lynn, there is not another birdhouse like that. Terry loves funky, bold stuff, so that's what I made it. I think that's something. We got a little bit of both of our tastes in there. All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna test this on the body first because, like I said, I haven't used this paint before. It is a little bit thicker than I'm used to. So I don't want to mess up the whole butterfly, so I'm going to try it here. Bonding Boss for outside. I'm thinking you can. I don't know why you couldn't, but I honestly don't know if I've ever used it outside. Oh, I love it, Patricia. Well, you are in the right place. We do different things every time we go live. So tonight we are working with Paint Inlays. Let me go ahead and get the sides of this too. No, his birthday's in February. Nobody has even attempted to guess what's coming on June 1st. Y'all, I'm not giving up on y'all. I know somebody's got to know what's coming up on June 1st. If you've been following me at all, you know what's coming on June 1st. All right, let's give that a quick dry and then we will get started, y'all. No. June is a birthday month for June. I love it. No, our anniversary is in December. All right, guys. So here we go. We're going to do the small and then we'll work up. That will probably work for that, Chris. I will tell you, with rocks that I've done with paint, they do fade in the sun because they, especially if they're where they get a lot of rain and things. So just a heads up on that. All right, so we want to have it in our wet paint. I can definitely tell when this one is wet versus my other paint. I am going to spritz this with water to activate it. And I can, like I said, I can really tell, even though I don't have my glasses, where it's wet and where it's not. So we're gonna have our wet paint and then we're gonna take our inlay and put it down on our wet paint that I spritzed. Now I have started spritzing them before I put them down because I seem to have better results. But that was with my Fusion Mineral, so we will see. All right, guys. Who remembers June Too Soon with Decoupage Central? Who remembers that from last year? I'm just kind of pressing my inlay. And then I'm just going to give it another little spritz. And I've got, oh, I do have a sponge tonight too, y'all. Who remembers June Too Soon? It is just water, Karen. It is just water. Water activates the paint inlay. Ding, 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 Marilyn. You got it, my friend. June Too Soon. So we are waiting on a couple things for the graphic, guys, and we'll be posting the event. We've got several creators on Sunday that will be in the June Too Soon event. And I will be on at 1 Central on Sunday. Carla will kick it off with Crafty Carla at 11. And then Yvonne from Southern Finds and Designs at noon. And then myself. And then we have Sharon, Lisa, James, and Joy. So we've got a great lineup. It is a paint inlay, Tammy. So what we've done is we've gotten it wet into our paint, and then we are drying it into the paint. Hey Raquel, I can see you now. Sometimes I look down. Hey Julie. And then we're gonna dry it, and then we're gonna spritz it, and we're gonna peel it back onto our surface. I'm doing a test strip because I'm trying a different paint new to me. And so I'm just doing a little test to kind of get a feel for it before I do the big project. So who's excited? So June too soon. I know I said ding, 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 but I may not have said what it was. Is Christmas, guys. Christmas, new Christmas stuff. And this will be the first set. So it's not going to be it, y'all, but it's pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic. Hey, Jeannie. All right, guys. So we've got it dry. We can feel it dry to the touch. So we are going to spritz it. It reactivates it so it comes back to this look right here. We are going to let it reactivate so we can pull it off. If you have any resistance when you pull, you are good, Raquel. I see you, my friend. If you have any resistance, you want to re-spritz it because you don't want to leave any of that behind. So I've got a little, I always have up at the very top, and I think I get nervous when I spritz them because I always have the top that never wants to come off because I think I don't spray it. It will be Sunday. All right, guys. So all we do is peel it back. Can y'all see that? Tell me if y'all can see it. I honestly don't know what it looks like because I don't have my glasses on. Is it working? Is it working, guys? Tell me if it's working. I think it looks pretty. Oh, I think it's working really well. Y'all, here, I'll hold it up a little bit closer. Y'all, so pretty. Okay, so we can use this again. So I am going to stick it to the side. The only thing that could happen is, I have a little bit sticking out there. There we go. The only thing that could happen is if you lay down your paint inlay again and you have a different color, some of your paint that you used might transfer onto that color. Okay, y'all, I think that worked really well. I think we are ready to go with the Dixie Belle. All right, guys, I'm excited. I think that's super cute. So we'll have that in the middle. Y'all, this is gonna be cute. I'm gonna be cute. I'm excited. Y'all know how I get when I get excited. I get silly. Okay. I think, y'all, we're gonna work in sections because we've got this middle right here. So I am I'm going to use this grid line, but I want to save this flower right here. We're going to work in sections just to make it easy. And this is what, you're shaking your head. Yeah, this is what, when I do projects like this, guys, if it's a super big project and you're a little, I don't want to say nervous or hesitant or anything like that, just scale it down so it works with your project and gives you a little more ease. So this, we're just going to have this one side, we can peel it back, and then we'll do our other side and peel it back as well. So we could do the whole sheet, but like I said, this is the first time I've used this paint, so I don't know how long it stays wet, all that stuff. So we're just gonna do it simple. So if you are doing your first project with a paint inlay, hopefully this will give you the confidence to try it and work in small sections. But I am gonna say that I am thinking versus the Fusion Mineral Paint. This paint did work a little bit better. I can't believe I haven't tried it sooner, to be honest. But, you know, you have your favorite of things. And I know I'm going to have to spray seal this and all that stuff, but just make sure. I feel like it's drying on me, but okay, we're going to wet this. And then we're going to lay it down, and I'm not going to do what I did last week and lay it down and pick it up. I am going to lay it down, and it's going to be good, guys. I need a little bit right there. Okay. Did I lay it the right direction? Okay. Y'all, it has happened. It has happened. Lay it down the wrong direction, and when you're done, you're like, oh, did I really just do that? So you want to lay wet paint down. We're just going to take this brayer. We are not going to work it too much because I feel if you work it too much, it might get blurry. That's just my opinion. But if we go over it once, I think we should be pretty good. Just get out any wrinkles. I got a couple wrinkles in my paper, but I've got those out, except for right there. There we go. Okay. Still pretty wet. So what I'm gonna do, we'll just give it a little spritz. A little spritz there, and while that side's drying, we'll do the other side. Don't get in a hurry with these, guys. Be patient, because it really is a beautiful project, and you don't want to rush it. You totally be the person to lay the wrong side down. I have done it. Thank you, Louise. Yeah, I have done it. I think we've all done it. But the advantage of laying them down on the wrong side, if you don't mess up the right side, you can totally use them because you haven't used them with any paint. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. We can tell it's wet because it's super, super bright. Just to kind of show you all the difference. So this is dry compared to the wet. It is recommended to walk away, let it dry naturally on its own, but we're on a live, guys, so we speed things up. But can you tell the difference between the wet and the dry? Give me some hearts if y'all can see the difference. But yeah, you can let it, I know it's so pretty, Donna. You can let it dry on its own. I keep kind of moving my, I'm gonna end up, hang on y'all, I'm gonna end up doing the paint side on there, and I'm not gonna mean to. So let me just correct that right now. All right, guys, so, and this can be done on any surface, any painted surface. I was like, what am I doing? This side is pretty wet, y'all. Feeling from the touch. So it's gonna take it a little bit to dry, but we're gonna force dry it. When you force dry something, especially with paint, guys, make sure you don't leave your paint over one area too long because you don't want your paint to bubble underneath. If it gets too hot, it will bubble. All right, guys. I'm kind of looking to see what's wet and dry. Now you're noticing I'm not lathering that with a whole bunch of paint. All right, I'm gonna get that wet. Kind of sprayed it away from my paint that time because that would probably be. So got it wet. And like I said, this is just something that I have started doing, is laying it down wet. did miss a little spot right here, but I wanted that really pretty flower right up there in the corner, so it'll be fine. I don't think so, Gloria. You've never tried paint inlays, Kathy? Well, I hope this encourages you to have the courage to try and do it. I try to do different things, different methods, different ways, just to let you see what I have failed with, what has worked for me, all of the things. I have a feeling that that one right there may not come out as bright, but we'll see. Just kind of smoothing out, because if you have wrinkles in your paper, you're going to have wrinkles when you pull it in your design. Now, can you see how that paper has started drying on this side? It's not as bright. This was the first side, so completely wet, kind of middle stage wet. And thank you, Luann. But it's definitely drying, so let's just give this one more spritz on the outside. And if you want to use a sponge, you can use a sponge. My water has not gotten in my paint, even though my paint's right there. My splash guard is right here. I'm just a little bit worried about that one right there. So we shall see what happens with that one. Okay. How many times have I personally gotten out of a section of inlays? I have gotten up to 3 times, but each time is going to be lighter, and depending on your paint, how much paint comes up with your inlay is going to affect what it looks like on your other surface. But personally, I've got 3. I know some people say 4 and 5. I've gotten 3. But like the 3rd time, Donna, is more of your, making sure I had it the right way, more of the rustic, chippy look. You are welcome, my friend. Have you tried them yet, Donna? I can't remember if you tried them. You haven't tried? Hey, Susan. I did put a lot of pressure, but I'm not going over it with a lot of pressure, but I did put a lot of pressure because I don't have a lot of hand strength. So that's why I did a lot of pressure. It was easier for me to do the brayer than it was to do with my hands. Now, you want to make sure these are dry before you take them off. This one, they look dry, but they're still damp, so I am making sure that they are fully dry. Now, yes, I am going to re-wet them, but you want to make sure they're fully dry before you wet them to unhere, because if they didn't adhere to your paint, then they're going to come up and they're not going to be stuck down into your paint. They are different than transfers because it is actual paint going into your paint. I get it, Donna. I get it. But they do produce beautiful things, too. Some of them are not as bad. I know she has some on the site. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's like $25. And there are probably 45 projects, 50 projects at single use in there. So you've got multiple projects, too, to keep in mind. So it may be a little more pricey, Nona, but you've got multiple products, multiple things you can do. You've only started crafting this year. Hello, Glinda. How are you? All right, guys. It feels pretty dry. All right. I'm confident that that is dry enough. It feels dry enough. Okay. Who's ready? Who's ready for the reveal, guys? You're still learning on paint inlays. Well, I'm going to be honest with you tonight, Lessa. If this works, how the test piece worked, I do recommend getting some chalk paint from Dixie Belle. It is recommended with that particular product, and our test worked really, really well. So the inlays are from Decoupage Central. So if you do an exclamation DC, it will take you to all the paint inlays. All you gotta do in the search top is do paint inlays, or you can go to IOD, exclamation IOD, and it'll take you to the new one that I'm using right here. Colleen says she's ready to see it. All right, I'm ready. Are y'all ready? I'm ready. All right, we're gonna work on one side and then the other side. So we are going to get it wet. I don't know why I do it. I just do. I always wipe off a little bit of that excess because my water sprays out a lot of water, obviously. So just want to make sure we're good. Hey, Nicole. All right, guys, let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hold it up and y'all are gonna watch with me. Is it working? It's kind of hard to hold it this direction. Let's do it. Let's see if I can hold it this way. Is it working? My hand's kind of in the way. What's it looking like, guys? Is it looking good? I'm off to the side. I saw one heart. There's some hearts. So I'm not rushing it. I'm just gently, kind of looks like a kaleidoscope, I think, when you pull it. Now I've got a little resistance, not a lot. There it went. Okay, I've got a little resistance right there, which is towards the bottom of our piece. So all I'm gonna do is get this turned back around, and we're gonna spritz this bottom, and we're gonna let it do its thing so I can pull it up. And give it a second just to kind of get it to where it can pull. Okay, see now that it's releasing again. So if you have that tension where it doesn't release, just wet that spot because you want to be able to pull it off. No, what do y'all think? Y'all, seriously. I know I'm taking a long time on the paint inlays tonight, but I think it's worth it. What do y'all think? I think it looks really pretty. I had one little spot right here, but that was on the edge, so who knows if I had enough paint there or not. Everything else seems to look really well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, y'all, you may hear a crash. I knew y'all would. We had a crash, boom, boom. Crash, boom, boom. Yes, it works amazing for furniture. I'm actually thinking, because I'm getting ready to redo this piece, and y'all can always see like this part on my live, so I'm thinking about doing some type of paint inlay on that. I have to have it lifted up a little bit because I am not going to be able to bend down and do it. All I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put this over it just so the water doesn't hit it. It looks like it's pretty dry, but just that. And then we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna get it wet. Just gonna dampen it a little bit. Well, dab it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's see if it's ready to peel. No, I can't see what I'm doing on this side. Hang on. I'm gonna peel it down here this time. We're still good. I just wanted to see. Got one. It's not that vibrant, but that was like where I first painted it. So like I said, it's learning curve for me on the paint, but remember I went back over that spot right there. That is super bright. I am thrilled with it. Okay. Where am I gonna put that? All right, guys. Y'all, what do y'all think? That just fell on the floor, didn't it? It did. You possibly could. That's why I always dab mine, Kimberly. Girl, Donna has been doing all kinds of things with her inlays. She's been doing hats. She's been doing shoes, y'all. She's been doing shoes. I'm not brave enough to do shoes, but she's been doing shoes, all kinds of different things. All right, I'm gonna attach this, and then I'm gonna kind of distress up my butterfly just a little bit. Let me get that dry. First time, things to remember. You want to have your paint wet. I recommend spraying your inlay before you put it into your wet paint. You want to make sure that it's worked in pretty well, and you want to make sure that it has enough time to dry. Like this part right here that's kind of a little bit faded, if I maybe would have let it dry more naturally instead of with the heat, it might have been more perfect. Does that make sense? So make sure your surface is wet. You want your inlay to be wet. That's the easiest way that I found through trial and error. Give it a brayer or, light pat. Wet it again. Let it dry. And then wet it to take it off. But be patient, guys. And I always suggest to do a small area before you do a large area. Just so you can get the hang of it and kind of see what's going on with it. I use a Stick Fast. This is a big bottle because I always lose my other bottle of it. So we got a big bottle. What I will do, I will let this, it's dry, but I'm going to let it dry completely overnight, and then I'm going to spray it with some Rust-Oleum 2x matte. And then I can do a brush sealer over it if I want, guys. But I'm just going to let it make sure that everything's good because I don't want to rush the process and have something mess up when I put my sealer on there. That's just me. Is that necessary? No, but I want to make sure it's completely dry. Make sure it's dry all the way in there. Y'all almost just saw me glue my hands together. Just saying. Don't ever use the thin of this because it is a nightmare. Thick, definitely, if you get this. Yes, the instructions do come with them, Karen. They sure do. So I am just going to hold this down. I got the big bottle off of Amazon. Big bottle of it. That's going to last me a while, and I'm not going to lose it. If I lose that bottle, if I'm on live and I can't find that bottle, y'all are going to have to yell at me. Thank you, Erin. All right. So if we wanted to add some little antennas up here, we could. Y'all, is that not sweet? Give me some hearts if y'all just, I think it's beautiful. Y'all know I do a butterfly every year. I did paint inlays with the, is it Rose Chins from last year? And this one is just as pretty. I'm trying to decide. Y'all, I said I might distress it, but I think I'm gonna leave it like it is. I like it like it is. Sometimes less is more. And I just love it like this with no distressing on it, no waxing, and just like it is. Do y'all agree with me on that? I know I took my time on it, y'all. I did have 2 projects planned for y'all, but we'll switch that one around to next week, and we'll do that one next week with you guys, because I don't want y'all to have to hang on with me longer. The paint that I use this week is Dixie Belle. I know it's backwards, but that is what I used, and it seems to work pretty well with the transfer, or with the paint inlays. If you have any questions about these guys, I think it's gorgeous. If you have any questions about paint inlays, how they're supposed to work, thank you for the stars, Karen. Any of that, drop them down in the comments below. Y'all know I always go through to try to answer questions. I have to pump my legs for 2 hours a day. So that gives me 2 hours of social media time to go through and answer questions. So I've got you guys. I've got you. I agree, Maudetta. I think it looks perfect as it is. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick a winner. Like I said, if you are on my page, or if you're on the Decoupage Central page, do an exclamation DC. It'll take you to Decoupage Central, and then just type in paint inlays. If you want this specific paint inlay, just say paint inlay on the live, and I will give you the direct link to this specific paint inlay. So just say paint inlay, and I'll give you that link for that. So, actually, I cut these, Susan. I cut these on the laser. So went in and designed these and cut these. We did them last year. So I cut these. I worked all day Saturday and Sunday and yesterday cutting stuff on the laser. All right, guys, let me come through and get your questions answered. So I know I threw a lot of y'all real quick. So if exclamation DC, search paint inlays. If you want the specific paint inlay, just type paint inlay, and I will send you this specific paint inlay that we demonstrated tonight. Okay, guys? So hopefully that simplifies it for you. Don't want to confuse anybody there. Alrighty, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And like I said, I will be live on Sunday at 1 p.m. Central in the Decoupage Central event of June Too Soon, with some Christmas and maybe some other little surprises in there. So be ready for that. And let's pick a winner, guys. Drum roll tonight. Monica Riggins. Monica Riggins, you are tonight's Decoupage Central gift certificate winner. So if you will send me a DM with your email that's registered with Decoupage Central, and I'll get with Jonelle and we will get you your code in the next couple days, guys. Do I like Dixie Belle over the Fusion Mineral for the inlays? It seemed to work really well tonight. I'm going to try it a couple more times, Mary Lynn, and just see if the results are a little more consistent with the Dixie Belle than the Fusion Mineral, because this is the first time I've used it. We tried it here, we tried it on both of these, and it worked pretty well. So I'm not going to say that's 3 times, but you know, one project 3. So I'm going to definitely try it a couple more times and see. And I'm also going to try it on a different type of wood, because as you know, all woods absorb paint differently. So we're going to see if pine is affected with the type of paint with it. We can check and see what's another type of wood. I do have some cedar, but you really don't want to paint cedar. But I want to test it out a couple more times before I confirm and say that, if it makes sense. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I will see y'all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, as always, for our Tuesday night hangout. And then I will see you Sunday at 1 p.m. Central for June Too Soon. So get excited, guys. And I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.